my biggest challenge would be my role as a mother. My kids go to school from 8 to 3 o'clock, so I try to buat my kerja, finish all my work by 3 o'clock so that I can come back home to them. So there are times when during the weekends when I have to work, I do feel guilty, but that's just responsibilities. I think guilt is something that we mothers have to handle it right. And I do realize, from the first 2 kids, I did struggle with that. And after the third one, I've learned how to handle my guilt, and I would still say that I wish to be with them 24/7, but with proper scheduling, it's all possible. Things have changed. I do believe in equality. So we women probably have to step up and speak for ourselves. Speak about what you want. What is your passion? Ask yourself that. And I would always say the first person that I would always enroll is my husband. Tell him what you want in life. Tell him your vision and your goal, because only you can do it. You dominate your life. And because it is your life, you make the choices. So instead of allowing someone to control you, you step up and control yourself. This is what I tell everyone, and this is what I've learned myself as well. So I would say at today's world, we can still be in the kitchen and wash dishes, but we can still have a career of our own. I think this is very important in relationship, where we set ground rules, where both of us are agreeable to a certain term, and then from there, we actually work with each another to bring out the best in each another. So I would say, find out the strength of your partner. Work on his strength or her strength and not the weakness. So also, I believe that communication is actually the key in a relationship. Without communication, I think nothing is possible. So it's the way you communicate. Even I have 3 kids, I always tell myself that I still need my date nights. I still need my at least an hour a week for myself. I think this is very important for me as women and as mothers to reach, to regenerate ourselves. To achieve a vision or a goal, we always have obstacles, and that is something that's going to bring us down. But I always believe that we need obstacles and we need to go through failures, because with failures, that's when we bring ourselves up and be the stronger person that we are. So I would say, learn from failures. Do not give up, because it's just there. It's just something that the universe sent to you for you to grow. So I would say, don't give up, just move on. Be determined enough to achieve your goals regardless of what comes in between. I would say, do what you love and love what you do. So because of this, I wake up very energized every day because I love what I'm doing. So instead of going to work being unhappy, I would say, be passionate about what you do, because that is your driving force to achieve your goal.
It happened 6 years ago. I was in love with a guy, and it turned out to be a toxic relationship. I was hurt, I was depressed, and I was sad because I was betrayed by the man that I love. After he broke up with me, it took me some time to recover, and I was under depression. And I started to think, hey, why I must make myself sad just because of a guy? There's something positive to be looked at, move forward. And then I started to think, hey, I need to do an activity, something positive, just to shift away from that negative energy towards positive. And after the breakup, I decided to enroll in Muay Thai. So I learned mixed martial arts and Muay Thai. Painful experience. It has opened up a way of shifting me towards positive energy, which I found myself into fitness. So I keep myself busy by going to the gym and then joining group workout. And then from there, I started to think, hey, once you keep yourself busy, you shift the negative into positive, and you make yourself better again. So from that process, because I truly believe that I'm not the only one, because I know that there are a lot of women out there who experience what I've been through. So if you overcome a breakup or you're in a toxic relationship, just always think one thing, okay, let's move forward from there. and start to pick up a hobby or activity that you can do to keep yourself busy. You always think that, okay, this thing happened to me, okay, but it's not the end. You know that, okay, you can move forward from there, you can pick yourself up. Kalau you dah jatuh, tak apa. You jatuh, you bangun balik. So, don't be afraid to move forward. Sebab kebanyakan orang, lepas dia dah jatuh, dia jatuh. Jangan jatuh. So, bila you dah jatuh, you bangun balik and say, hey, I can do this. Pesanan saya kepada wanita dekat luar sana, bila kita dah jatuh, tak apa. Jangan rasa malu. Luahkan perasaan kita dekat kawan-kawan terdekat. Bagi pendapat saya, depresi ni adalah bukan sesuatu perkara yang main-main. Depresi ni adalah serius. Based on my personal experience, macam mana saya handle depresi. First, kita fikir kalau kita ada masalah, bukan kita seorang saja yang ada masalah. Semua orang yang ada dekat dunia ni ada masalah. And then second, think about our family, our close friends, our loved ones, and number one, ingat Allah.
I was diagnosed with breast cancer in February 2015. I actually had a lump in my breast for about 4 years before that. Every year I went to the doctor. The doctor would say it's just a cyst or it's a lump and just come back the next year. And every year I went, every year it was the same answer. And then in February 2015 I started to bleed from my nipple. And then I panicked, so I took a photo and sent it to my cousin who was a doctor, and she said, you better get checked now. So I made an appointment with my gynecologist, who then referred me to a breast surgeon. She did an ultrasound, exactly what the radiologist did, and she found everything. She showed me on the screen that I had already had white spots, which are called calcifications, and it's a sign of cancer already. And my lymph nodes were swollen, and there was already a tumor in my breast that was quite large. So the day that I got the news, I went with my mom and with my sister. And I remember the doctor telling me, you have breast cancer. It's confirmed that it's breast cancer. And I just sat there and I kept quiet, and my doctor was like, do you need some time? And I said, no, it's okay, I just want to move forward. What you need to understand is that I saw my doctor a couple days after I did a biopsy. And the day that I did the biopsy, the doctor had already prepared me for the worst. And she said, it most likely is cancer. And I had just lost my father a month before I got diagnosed. So I wanted to be really strong for my mom. So I just decided, okay, let's move forward. And the doctor told me, chemotherapy is definitely on the table, surgery is definitely on the table, radiation therapy is definitely on the table. So after a CT scan, I was confirmed as a stage 2 breast cancer patient. I think chemotherapy was the hardest. I was tired all the time. I lost my hair, but I kind of made like a whole journey out of it. My husband shaved it off and he took photos and stuff, and it was quite hilarious. And I would have trouble sleeping, but at the same time I would be extremely tired. I'd have to sleep every 2 hours. I lost my appetite. I gained weight. I gained so much weight, it was not even funny. But I think the most difficult thing for me when I was going through chemo was not knowing my own body anymore. It felt so alien to me, because as a person you know your own body and you know your body best. And while I was going through treatment, because I was so tired and there were so many side effects that came up that were so new, I just felt so disconnected from my body. And I would actually go to my family and my husband and ask, what's wrong with me? I decided to actually get my left breast removed without going through reconstructive surgery. So right now I just have a scar and I have my right breast, that's it. I do get emotional breakdowns, I do get anxiety, I still go through depression once in a while. It's because to this day, it's been 2 years since I was diagnosed, and to this day I'm still struggling to get to know my body and what it's going through. And it's like you've gone through a reset. So I would have days when I wake up and I would just feel so down, and all it takes is just one little thing and I would just cry. The targeted therapy, it was not actually in the plan, and it is only reserved for for breast cancer patients that have a certain type of hormone results called HER2. So if you are HER2 negative, you don't have to go through extended treatment. So in my mind, I was just, okay, after radiation, I'm done, that's it. And then I got my doctor to retest my tumor and it became HER2 positive, which means that I had to go through an extended 17 cycles. And I remember getting the results and I just went to my husband and I just cried. And I gave him that piece of paper and he was like, what's this? I said, I gotta go through extra treatment and I don't want to. And I think that time was really hard because I had already set my mind to recovery and I had to go through it again. And it's been really challenging having to think that your body is okay and you have to go through something else, you know, a different type of challenge. Going through anxiety and depression every time I felt down. The thing about me is once I feel down, I get really, really down. And it's very difficult, especially when I'm alone, to get myself out of it. I may seem like a sunny, positive person right now, but I really have my down days. So the first thing that I do is talk to my husband. And he gets me. All I have to do is just message him and say, I'm not feeling so good. And he understands. So then I will talk to him and I will cry with him and I will get angry with him and I will get sad with him. So I let out all of my emotions and I talk to him about everything. And I think that's the best thing that you can do for yourself when you are going through the same thing. If you are going through a type of struggle, if you are going through depression, or if you feel like the whole world is against you, reach out to somebody. It helps. My advice, if you're going through cancer, you need to listen to your body. I think that is the first rule when you have cancer. Listen to your body. If you're tired, sleep. If you're exhausted and you're currently working, take a break. You don't have to be what everybody wants you to be. I know that it's tough when you go through chemo and when you go through treatment. That feeling of lethargy is insane. But on days that you feel better, have meals with your family, go out, watch a movie. That's what I did. It can be pretty boring staying at home for a long period of time. So you could start doing that hobby that you used to do before when you had free time. And you could do painting, you could go out for walks or jogging. It's always important to surround yourself with people that love you for who you are and stay positive. Because if you surround yourself with so much negativity, that negative vibe will just bring you down. So reach out to people. You know, it's fine to go out with your friends. It doesn't have to be a group of friends, like I said. You know, you can just have one or two people. If you're not comfortable with talking to friends, talk to your family. If not to your family, then to your friends, you know. Just reach out to that one person, you know. And as difficult as things are, things will get better. They definitely will. Just have to take it one day at a time.